The message came at 9:47 p.m. I was at my desk finalizing the itinerary. Flights confirmed, Ryokan booked, bullet train passes waiting in my email. $11,400. A year of planning for her 40th. Then the screen lit up. Dad, we gave your spot to Mom's ex, David. He's more fun. Love you. I stared at the words until they stopped meaning anything. My daughter's name beneath them, sent casually, like telling me dinner was ready. The cursor blinked beside my unsent reply. I didn't feel anger, not yet, just an absence. A hollow pause before the air changes pressure. They had taken my seat. My wife, my daughter, and the man she used to call a mistake. I typed 2 words, got it. And then I sat back, feeling something rearrange inside me, quietly, methodically, like gears turning in a machine that hadn't moved in years. Outside, the night pressed against the glass. Inside, everything stilled. The next morning, they were gone. 3 suitcases missing from the hallway. My wife's perfume lingering on the stairwell like a ghost that didn't know it was dead. She'd been distant for months. Soft apologies, tired smiles, work trips that didn't match the calendar. I noticed. I always notice. At first, I told myself it was stress, burnout, midlife fatigue. But then, subtle fractures, late-night laughter in the bathroom, a new password on her phone, and that habit she had, touching her hair when she lied. David. The name hung like rot in the air. He'd been around before. A story from her past, someone she'd moved on from. He sent a Christmas card once, harmless, she said. He liked her posts again recently. She told me it was nothing. And yet now he had my seat on a plane, my spot at the table, my family. I made coffee and drank it cold. The house hummed with silence, the kind that doesn't rest, it waits. That day I called the airline, then the hotel, then the tour company. My voice was steady. Every cancellation processed with clinical precision. Refunds routed to my account. Their bookings erased. The clerk asked if I was sure. I said yes. I was sure. When I hung up, I sat in the dark until sunrise. My reflection in the window looked calm. Too calm. I didn't call them, didn't text. The days that followed were a study in quiet dismantling. Their laughter echoed faintly through old voicemails, their faces trapped in photos that no longer matched reality. My daughter's message replayed in my head like static. He's more fun. At work, no one noticed anything had changed. I smiled where appropriate, typed reports, ate alone. But at night, I planned. I started with the lease. Her name wasn't on it. Mine was. The landlord was sympathetic once he heard the story. A rent adjustment clause activated. The new price was triple. Her credit cards, though joint, had routing access through my account. I closed it, quietly, legally. The next day, the balance updated to 0. The utilities followed, then the streaming accounts. A slow, surgical unmaking of the world she built with my name. Each action felt detached, procedural. I wasn't angry. Anger burns out. This was colder, purposeful, absolute. Their flight was due to land Saturday night. I watched the time zone updates, the arrivals. I imagined them stepping into Narita Airport, realizing the booking codes didn't exist, that the hotel room was gone. The itinerary vanished. I imagined her face tightening, the way she bites her lip when she realizes she's miscalculated. By then, I had already changed the locks. When they came back 2 weeks later, I was home. The sound of the key failing in the lock echoed through the door. Voices, confusion, irritation, then pounding. "Why are the locks changed?" she shouted. I opened the door halfway. Her tan had faded, her voice cracked beneath forced calm. David stood behind her, his smile thin, unsure. My daughter clung to her suitcase, eyes wide and wet. "We need to talk," she said. I stepped aside just enough for her to see the empty house behind me. Furniture gone, pictures removed, her world erased. "You canceled everything," she whispered. I nodded. "You gave away my seat." She blinked, trying to steady her breathing. "It was just a misunderstanding." "No," I said, "it was a choice." Her composure fractured, tears mixing with disbelief, guilt clawing through the mask she'd worn so well. David tried to speak, but my silence pinned him in place. She asked, "What did you do?" I looked at her with a calm she couldn't understand. I stopped pretending. 2 days later, I saw them at the cafe down the street. Same table we used to sit at. Same order, her almond latte, my daughter's croissant. Their cards declined. Twice. The barista looked uncomfortable. My wife searched her purse, David checking his phone for balances that weren't there. Then she saw me through the window. Our eyes met for 3 seconds, long enough for her to understand everything. Every calculated cut. Every quiet erasure. Her expression broke. First confusion, then recognition, then something darker. I didn't smile, didn't wave. I just stood there, watching as the realization sank deep. She had replaced me with a ghost. I had become the consequence. When I turned away, I heard my daughter's voice from inside, small, trembling. "Mom, what's happening?" And then, silence. It's been 6 weeks. The house is quiet again. Sparse, but clean. I sleep through the night now. Sometimes I find her perfume still lingering faintly on the curtains. It fades a little more each day. I don't check their accounts anymore. Don't track them online. I don't need to. Some things destroy themselves once exposed to light. I learned something through all this. Betrayal isn't loud. It's quiet. It lives in small omissions, delayed replies, new passwords. And when you finally see it, it's already too late. She taught me how to disappear. I simply finished the lesson. And as for the trip, I booked another one. 1 ticket, no return.